Sharks! I'm Angie, inventor and chief dreamer, and this is my daughter Cambria, chief of getting stuff done, and we're the mother-daughter team behind Blinger!
Today, Sharks, we are seeking $200,000 for a 5% stake in our company.
Wow.
Sharks,
Right, that's the same
the
thing.
idea for my invention came to me one night in a dream. God came to me and said, I want you to make this product.
Yep. And now it turns out that Blinger is everyone's dream.
Yes. Blinger is the styling tool that allows fashionistas of all ages to effortlessly add crystals, pearls, and other gems to their hair without heat or any hair damage.
Let's show you how simple it is to use.
You simply load, click, and bling.
Sharks, Blinger is the perfect addition to enhance your look for any occasion. Whether it is for your prom, sporting events, dance competitions, your wedding, or just a fun night out with the girls, Blinger is for you.
You'll shine bright for any occasion.
Yes.
Wow, that was so
instant
easy.
Sparkle in my hair always boosts my confidence.
You can dance all night or do backflips all day confidently with Blinger gems in your hair. Thanks to our proprietary medical grade hair and skin safe adhesive on the underside of each stone, the gems stay in place through whatever you're up to.
And when you are ready to remove them, you simply brush them out.
Nice.
Bling in, brush out.
So, which one of you sharks is ready to bling it on with us?
All of us.
We are back to another Shark Tank breakdown episode, and I'm your host, Dave, an almost 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from trademarks to patents, copyrights, trade secrets, so much more. This is the last Shark Tank episode last Shark Tank pitch of this episode. I think it's episode 20, season 15. And they typically say the best for last as it relates to the amount of money that it's making and the success of it. So hopefully this one lives up to the hype. Again, anytime somebody says proprietary, that makes me think patent. Who would have thought that you have a hair stapler that staples jewels, these different kind of rhinestones, if you will, into your hair? And I would imagine that this is huge among the kids. And I would imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if they have sold millions of dollars worth of these things, a hair stapler. When you think you have seen it all, when you have thought of it all, and I'm completely blown away. And I'm always, I always like when people protect their IP. So let's see, again, Lori is the typical one who asks about the IP, about the patents. So let's see if she asks whether or not they are protecting this thing via a patent. I like the fact that it goes in pretty quickly or pretty conveniently. And it seems like if she said all you have to do is brush it out and they fall out, it seems like they're removed pretty conveniently. And again, to the extent that they stay in, man, this seems like this may be a perfect or a match made in heaven for one of the Sharks. The three things that I look for when these pitches are kind of being done to see whether or not you have something that can potentially go to the distance is how simple is it? This one is definitely simple. How effective is it? Again, we don't know. The sales will a lot of times determine this, especially when you're talking about these jewels or these rhinestones staying in your hair. So I think we'll learn more about that as we go on with the pitch or listen to the pitch. And the third one is the market. Now, I think, again, you see, I've seen a lot of times where, I guess you would think it'd be a lot more so common in like kids and things like that. But you see some adults, college, as well as, like you said, if you're going out with your girls and kind of you're into that thing with the rhinestones, the jewels in your hair, I would imagine that this market can be potentially big for that. I don't know. It's hard for me to quantify the market at this point in time. Hopefully, as they're kind of telling their story, they kind of give us a little bit of a bird's eye view into the market and how big this is and how important this is. Again, a lot of times, the fact that you have a lot of sales also determines that it is a market for this thing. Again, love the fact that they are, I guess we'll see if they're protecting it. I would imagine that they are, especially if they're talking about it's proprietary. Seems like they have a trademark on Blinger, just based on what I'm seeing here. So let's get to it, see what the Sharks say, and see if they can leave with the deal. They typically save the best for last, so let's see here.
So much
Sharks, each of you has a custom set of crystals on your table. And for you gentlemen, you'll notice that there's wigs so that you two can get your bling on right now.
That's hilarious.
What's the difference between these two things?
Women's and girls.
So the
same,
pink
just
one
different
is
color.
like for younger
That's
girls,
right. Yeah.
and the black is this
It's
more
like for the-
heavy duty or?
The big difference is it comes with Swarovski crystals.
Hey, I like this.
So these
I
are
like
more
this look.
Expensive.
Yes.
How expensive are they?
The women's is $49,
And this is how much?
and that one's $29.99.
Can I try it on Kevin?
Yes.
Of course.
It'll be interesting to see what the margins
All right.
are, but
So
And
now I
make
just
sure it's under
do
the
that.
hole, and then push. That's it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Amazing.
I have some great energy. I'll
Look,
tell you
and
that.
Kevin, turn.
You're shining so bright.
No, it's fantastic.
Perfect.
You obviously you put it on your fingers.
You can't see me now.
Right. And bling.
Trick of the mind.
It's actually kind of cool.
So, how long have you been selling Blinger for?
So it took me 4 years to get a prototype. I went through 5 different engineering firms. I'm a
Wow.
single mom. I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
And
That's no excuse not to get it off the ground.
that's right. So when the 5th engineer finally designed basically something like this, and I knew we had it, I learned a lot about manufacturing during that time. I was in massive debt.
Yeah.
I did have some equity in my home.
How much debt?
At this point, I've been in 1
You
point.
know, I want to stop you really quickly because she brings up a good point. And this is a good point for all you aspiring entrepreneurs, all you aspiring innovators, inventors. Hey, man, if the first engineering company or engineering firm kind of craps on your invention or say, hey, this cannot be done, go to 2, 3, 4 more because you never know, man. I'm always a big proponent of, hey, I want somebody who's going to tell me yes as opposed to somebody's going to tell me why something can't be done. It seems like she experienced the same thing. She went to 5 engineering firms, and on the 5th one, they were able to make this prototype. Just think if she would have quit after the first one, the second one, the third one, or the 4th one, she wouldn't be here today, and she wouldn't be hopefully changing the life of herself, but also her 4 kids. So let that be a lesson as you're going through this entrepreneurship journey. Do not take no for an answer. I think somebody was saying that, I have an interview on a podcast that you're watching this on, Investing in Intellectual Property with Dave. I have an interview coming up next week with the gentleman for Aerofit, and he talked about being resilient is one of the things that he had to endure or had to learn as an entrepreneur. And this is something that obviously the mom has down pat to go to 5 engineering firms because the other 4 said no, but she knew in her heart of hearts that this thing can be done. Man, kudos to her, and let that be a lesson to all you guys, all you aspiring entrepreneurs and inventors. Do not take no for an answer and focus on the person who can help you out with it as opposed to the people who tell you no or that they can't help you out. So I definitely wanted to mention that because you'll be told no a lot of times on this journey. You have to get used to being told no, but not taking no for an answer, if that makes sense.
$7 million.
Oh my God.
I was maxed out
Hold on.
during that time. I was
Thank God
in
for
massive
people.
debt. Yeah. I did have some equity in my
How
home.
much debt?
At this point, I've been in 1.7 million.
Oh,
Oh
1.7.
my God.
I was
Hey.
maxed out in debt. I couldn't get any more loans.
Crazy.
And no one wanted to invest. I had tried to get investors. And so I got my kids together in our kitchen. I got them all together and I said, what if we sell the house and I'll just build the tooling
Wow.
myself and manufacture the product? And of course, they've been on this 4-year
You're gonna
journey
build
with
it
me.
yourself.
I said, well, just live in an apartment for a year or 2.
Nice.
What's the big deal? And
Had a nice
she
house.
said, you got to do it, Mom.
So you moved, you
What a
sold
good
the house?
What a
daughter.
kid.
You
My
sold
God.
the house?
I sold the house, rented a townhome, and started working through Skype with a factory in China.
What
and
happens
so
next?
I booked a booth at Dallas Toy Fair. And by the end of the first day, we were rumored to be Toy of the Year.
Wow.
And what
Nice.
happened?
Yeah. I scheduled 2 pitches with 2 toy companies, and they both made me an offer. One of those toy companies, I love the founders, and so it was already like, I'm probably going to have to do a deal with a licensing deal. So
Nice.
they gave me royalty rights, and I don't know if it was a good deal. I got
How
5%.
much royalty? 5.
Decent.
In
47 is typical.
2019, they did over $20 million wholesale.
Wow.
Look it. I told you. Shark Tank does it again. They saved the best for last. Shout out to Lisa Lloyd, who her interview came out a couple weeks that I interviewed on this channel, and she actually has 8 products that she's licensed. She has made millions of dollars. We had an amazing conversation. She actually was on season 1 of the Shark Tank and did a deal with Damon John for TC Chess. So man, go check out that episode on the channel. or that interview on my channel. But again, and she's an expert at licensing. And again, 4 to 7% is kind of typically, from my understanding, what you would get. She seemed like she got 5, so that wasn't a terrible deal, but $20 million wholesale. And from my understanding, she gets 5% of that. So what's 20 million? Man, I have to kind of do a calculator here. Let me see here. What's 20 million times 5, audience? I should know this as a math guy. 20 million. This is crazy. Times 5%. $1 million. So let's see if she made $1 million based on what she's saying. But she's like Shark Tank always save the best for last, man. Let's get back into it. That's crazy.
I know. So changed our lives.
Absolutely
I'm
changed
like,
our lives.
We're getting a new home.
How
But-
terrific.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Yeah, because they
Well,
they should
COVID
be
happened.
licensing.
Sales went down. So my income went down.
Nice.
But I think we're fine, right?
'Cause you
Like I
think-
have this
You
illusion.
think royalties are going to keep coming in?
That's right.
How much royalty
And-
did you get?
It was bad. I can't remember, but it was like something's wrong.
But 2020 it
But
happened.
2021,
2021, you're
I
in fourth quarter.
expected a lot, and we went
Yeah.
very far down. That's when I started calling and saying, hey, what's going on? By the summer of 2022, when Serena Williams had Swarovski crystals in her hair, and of course, I don't know if she used our tool, but demand for it was up. But we had illegal infringers all over the internet.
Of course.
So you got knocked off.
Okay.
We got totally knocked
So it
off.
wasn't that your sales were up. The
No, and
product
we had-
category went
I
up.
had thankfully started to work because I kept the women's market. That was part of our licensing deal.
So, okay,
that
hold
I
on.
could-
So you retained the rights to
Yes.
that, right? But you hadn't activated it and started selling it,
Yes.
right? So
And-
hold on. What was the change of status with the toy company?
Right.
You went back to them and they said, look, it's knocked off everywhere. We're not going to be able to sell it. We'll give it back to you, or what happened there?
So you
did they-
wanted the
did
right.
But that's interesting. And before she answers that question, typically what you will have is if they're going to tell you, hey man, this thing is getting knocked off, or we see some infringers, and they're going to give you the option, hey, do you want to take care of this, or we will take care of it as far as going after the infringers and take it out of your licensing deal. I wonder if they did that, because it shouldn't be a situation where the toy company is not going after the infringers as well as the licensor is not going after the infringers. Somebody should be going after the infringers. And typically if the toy company does it, then they would just take that money out of the licensing fee that they're paying, or the royalty fee that they're paying the mom here. So I'll be interested to see what happens. But that was great that she got a chance to retain the women's market and still sell this thing, even though she wasn't doing it. So let's get back and see her answer on things. This thing is starting to get spicy.
rights
Give
to
it
the
back to
product,
you.
Brack, and
Yes.
you broke
The
the
They gave it
industry.
back
license.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice. They
today
broke it.
you
Okay.
own
Everything.
100% of the
All of it.
women's product and the kids' product.
Yes.
Moving forward, right?
It took a while to get
Right,
there.
right.
You're free. You're free
Do
and
you
clear.
have sales now?
Yeah. Tell us about the company as of today.
As of this moment, we have $1,640,000 in sales.
Wow.
This year.
Nice.
Have you made money?
Yes, we're
Oh,
profitable.
nice.
How
nice.
profitable are you?
We should finish with $1.5 million this year based on projections.
That's
Profits,
your sales. That's your
profits.
sales, right?
Profit. No, we should end
Profit.
at 4.2.
Wow.
I'm telling
You're gonna
you,
go from
they saved the best for
1.7 to
last.
4.2 by the end of the year.
Why do they
We're
need the
pretty
sharks
sure.
then?
We
Okay,
have a
and how much-
CBS
okay,
deal.
let me
We
ask the
sold
question
out
a
in
different-
7 minutes on QVC. We're going back on with them in November.
So if you have lots of margin, I'm guessing still on each product, how much is in inventory and where else did the cash
It's
go?
all in inventory. It's worth about $2.5 million.
Wow.
Wow.
Tell us what you want to do with the 200,000 you're asking from a shark.
I just want
Or $4 million.
one of you
Who else is
to help
helping
me
you?
because
Or-
I have no business experience. And you can ask my team. I have 2 phenomenal ladies that are full time with me. And then I have Cambry, of course. She works as much as she can. She's in college and the Army.
Yes.
So
You're in the
Wow.
army?
I am. Yes.
Thank you for your
Wow.
He
service.
looks
Thank you,
muscular, so I
thank
can
you.
see
And
that.
do you have a CFO?
we don't have a CFO. And I really need a bookkeeper.
But how do you keep your books? How do you know if you're
Excel
making,
spreadsheet.
losing money?
Oh, yeah, we know. It's a problem.
How
Like,
do you know?
you know how you're like, I just want to put fuel on the fire? We're like, can we just put out some fires first? It could be that
Hey,
bad,
Angie,
but it wasn't
Angie,
that
let
bad.
me take a stab at it. Okay, look, we hear a lot of deals on Shark Tank over 15 years. I've never heard anything like this. This is amazing.
That is true.
I really think what you have to do is find someone that takes over your operations, because you're the creator, the visionary, the mom that did it.
Yes.
But
the
wow,
business.
what a mess you've got on your hands. I wish you the best. I love the story, but I'm out.
Wow, that's surprising.
Guys, you have $2.5 million in inventory. You're effectively out of business unless you sell that inventory.
Huh.
You need somebody to just run this whole thing, because
I would love to not be CEO. I need someone that knows what they're doing.
right, you're not even in a position to take an investor yet, because everything's a mess. And so for those reasons, I'm out.
Wow.
Wait a minute. I'm going to give you an offer right now. I think I'm your dream partner for a lot of reasons, but I think you're a dream partner for me.
What Barbara says.
Cambria and Angie's hair decorating product, Blinger.
I think I'm your dream partner for a lot of reasons, but I think you're a dream partner for me. I'm going to give you an offer of $200,000 for 25%. Think about that.
You should
just a
just say
moment.
yes.
Wait.
5%.
She's capable of making her own decisions. All right.
Come on, 25%.
I'll make you the offer, but it does have a contingency. But what's attracting me to it is your tremendous traits of persistence that you have, the ambition you have.
Talked about that
Anyone
earlier.
else would have given up all along the way. And that you surround yourself with people who believe in you, which means you're a natural born leader.
She is.
So the only thing missing here really is some control over the money. All right?
Yes.
I'll make you the offer, as I mentioned to you, $200,000 for 25%, contingent that you come to New York. I'll fly you there, you and your daughter or whoever you consider your main person, and you spend a few hours with me laying out your business on index cards. I'll reorganize everything. So you consider that offer.
Angie,
and
let
you
me-
can listen to the others as well.
Angela, let me clear things for you. I think you're an incredible dreamer. I agree with Barbara there. I don't think you're a very good operator. If you don't do a deal with somebody like Barbara, I hate to say this, you're not going to survive. Incredible product. I hope you get discipline. I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And I'll tell you how I feel. First of all, really fabulous job on creating something very cool. I think Barbara's offer is a great offer for you because she's willing to get in there and sink her teeth in. I think you should go with Barbara's offer. So I'm out.
So what do you want to do?
I feel like 25% would be really high for me to do at this point.
Angie, don't do it. Don't
You
do
know.
it. Don't do it.
What am I doing? I
Who's
don't know what
saying
I'm
don't
doing.
do it?
You're talking yourself out of this.
Do a counter.
Get the number you want.
Barbara, will you fund purchase orders? That's one of our issues is we can't do some of the deals because we don't have the capital.
So you'll take it $200,000 for 25%, but you want your purchase orders funded.
Well, I was going to say 20%.
Okay, I won't take the 20%. I have to stand at the 25, but I will fund whatever you need as long as you have the purchase orders.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a
Gotta
deal.
take it.
Do a
Gotta
deal.
take it.
Thank you.
Take it. Good for her. It seems like they always leave the spiciest pitch for the last one. And this, I think this is another big, and somebody was telling me this who I was interviewing, where you have people who are operators, and then as one of the sharks said, you have people who are visionaries. Seems like the mom is a visionary. She's maybe not the best operator, and it seems like she doesn't even care to be an operator. So getting teamed up with somebody who can better operate the business is a match made in heaven for her. And again, let that be a lesson to you all out there. You can have this product. Dr. Dave Smith, he had the Q collar. That's worn by a lot of professional athletes. You see Tony Pollard wearing it for the Dallas Cowboys. I forget who Tony Pollard plays for now. Boston Scott, who was in the Super Bowl a couple years ago with the Eagles, he had it on. It kind of prevents concussions. And he's an innovator. He's a visionary as a doctor. And he talked about on my podcast that, hey, I don't want to operate the company. I just want to create. So he partners with operators, business owners, or people who have experience in business to take the product and kind of create a business all around it. And he just essentially takes a royalty as a licensing situation. So it seems like, man, I almost would have thought that she would want a licensing deal And it makes me think with the other toy company, I'm not sure if, because it seems like as a toy company, they're going to tell you, hey, this thing is being knocked off because their bottom line is being affected. And they're going to give you the decision on whether or not you are going to fight them. It seems like maybe she didn't know what was going on as far as that. But it's interesting for the toy company not to protect their asset, protect what it was, protect their asset and then just take it out of the licensing agreement. But she was able to get out of the licensing deal, get 100% of her IP back, and then do a deal ultimately with Barbara, which it seems like Barbara is willing to get off into the nuts and bolts and the weeds and kind of see what's going on from a business structural standpoint, and fund purchase orders and reorganize things as necessary. So, man, this is good. But I think this is a big lesson here that, hey, she created a product that was selling millions of dollars worth of this thing with no business experience. How crazy is that? Anybody can get started in his IP game, in his patent game, and developing a product and taking it to the next level. Now, to really take it to the next level is good strategic partnerships, people, somebody that is strong in the areas that you're weak at. It seems like, as all the Sharks pretty much agree to, she's an expert, or she's very experienced and a big visionary, but from an operation standpoint, not so much the case. So again, at the beginning, as you're going into your entrepreneur journey as aspiring entrepreneurs, just identify areas of weakness that you have and partner with people who are people of integrity, people of honor, people of high character, who are strong in your areas of weakness. Partner with them and watch things explode. So that's my lesson, or that's, I guess, my 2 cents for this situation. Again, good for her that she has a partner in Barbara. I'm going to try to keep up with that one and see how that goes in long term. But this is the website, Blinger. Seems like they have a trademark on it. You see the R in a circle here. I would probably put it up here as well. But that was a Shark Tank thing, or definitely put it up here as well. But, whatever. They have the registered trademark on Blinger. Seems like they have a couple other trademarks. Plated, Blinger, Cut, Swarovski. I'm not sure what that is. Somebody in the comment section, please let me know if you know what that is. Kind of going down. You see a proprietary, that's the family. Nice family. She said proprietary. I'm not seeing the patent. I mean, I like to see the patent listed on here. Let me go here. I did this with the last one. Let me see. I would imagine that they have a patent on here on the product. Man, what is her name? What is mom's name? She said this thing came to her in a dream, which is even crazier. Talk about something coming to you in a dream. Come on, man. What are you doing? Oh yeah, she has a number of patents on this thing. Let me remove this and let me take you to the website here. So her name is Angie Keller, it looks like, based on the her website. And this is another good point that a lot of people ask me, or they get confused. They say my company name and a trademark. Your company name is different from your trademark name or your brand name. So as we know from looking at the website, it'll be good to share it. As we know from looking at the website, Blinger is the brand name, Blinger. And you can see here, Jim C2 LLC is the name of the company, or the name of the LLC limited liability company. You can tell Angie, she has a number of patents on this thing. She has a design patent. Seems like 2017, I'm assuming, issued into a patent, 10 million here. You got the assembly. Seems like she has some stuff in Canada. So she has some patents on it. So that's cool. The fact that she's protecting it. Let me see how much longer she has on this thing, because it seems like it's been around for a minute. Active reinstated. Wow. So it seems like this thing went abandoned. That's crazy. I would definitely try to get her on. It seems like the patent went abandoned. When it says reinstated, I mean it went abandoned. Then it was reinstated. She got some time on this thing. What is it, 2024? So she has 12 years to kind of make it work here. or to work the patent, I'll definitely have to get her on. It seems like the patent was abandoned at some point, or maybe it was expired unintentionally, and then they reinstated it. They revived it, I should say. So, but I'm gonna definitely try to get her on and have her tell her story on the platform. What you guys think? Do you think that is this something that you would maybe number one use, but more importantly, do you think that I guess the long-term success will be pretty much guaranteed with Barbara coming in as a partner? Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know whether or not you agree or disagree and you think that this thing will be something going forward. It seems like they have had a lot of success early on with selling and things like that, but from the lack of operational experience of Angie, it seems like kind of things fell apart once she got the I guess the IP back from the toy company. So hey, let me know what you think about it. I'll definitely try to get her on the program, on the channel, and interview her. And hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. Leave a comment. Like it if you like this type of content. And definitely subscribe. If you didn't like the content, let me know what you dislike about it in the comment section. Until next time, audience, I am out.